gentlemen, welcome back. We're about to close out the stream, but before we do, we're going to talk about stuff that's happened recently in the past 24 hours that's mildly interesting to us. First off, I wanted to talk about Asus ROG.
Yes.
Tournament's going on right now. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's a tournament happening in... Where's it happening? Poland? Finland. It's in Finland. $10,000 for first place, which isn't too shabby at all. And what's interesting is group stages are best of 5.
That's very unique.
And they already happened. They already all happened. Stage 1 at least. Stage 2 happens in 13 hours. So that's tomorrow. And are you surprised by any of these names in the group? Wait,
I mean, I think the biggest story by far is Group 2. Bishu beating MC.
And Show. Remember, Show had that really nice run at DreamHack recently.
He did. Yeah, well, that was 2 DreamHacks ago.
Sure.
But yes, he did. But I still think the most surprising thing definitely is MC. I think most people pick Happy and MC to be the favorites in that group. Happy, a lot of people regard as number, top 2 Terrans in Europe, pretty much, along there with Lucifron, of course. So MC, of course, beat Bishu in the first match. And then he lost to Happy in the winner's match, and then Bishu came back and beat him in the final match. It's that same GSL WCS group format.
Yeah.
It's great to see Ghost
3
User.
2s as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very, very close. But I really like to see Ghost User getting over Titan. I think a lot of people would expect Titan to pass that group along with
Ghost User actually lost to Titan.
He did.
And then he went back and beat him.
It's the same thing that Bishu did to MC.
Yep.
So that's pretty nice to see.
Super cool.
Otherwise,
so what are these TBDs? I'm confused. What's going to be filled in there?
Where?
In Group Stage 2.
Group Stage. Oh, Group Stage 2. Okay. Those should be already filled in. They just haven't.
Oh, they just haven't done it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
So those groups should be coming out.
Or actually, Group 6 looks like they haven't quite finished.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
That's. I think that's going on.
For that. They're waiting for that, and then they'll.
Yeah, that's going on right now.
Okay. So it's happening right now. Cool. So that's Asus ROG. It's happening this weekend. Definitely check it out. Also, congrats to Maxed. He got his US visa. There's a recent controversy recently about the Chinese players having trouble getting their US visa. Blizzard came out and started a movement. I think it was #support CN Esports or something.
Yes.
And good news, Maxed got his US visa in his second try. So Maxed will be at WCS America. Really excited about that. Jim, we don't know yet. We're going to stay on top of it. We're going to keep watching it. But hopefully Jim can make it as well.
He's like literally not dropped a single map. Besides the one series of Scarlet, he's gone, I think he went 2 over. It's like Hero Oz. I forget exactly. But he's like all the top Koreans, he just smacks out. Like
he's a guy who can really do well, I feel like, at live events, given the opportunity. He needs that visa, though. So hopefully that can get happening. Also want to do a quick shout out to Root Gaming. They were able to get top 3 in the North American GM ladder. And that's mildly impressive to me, at least. Minigun, Puck, and Kane up there in top 3. Select there in 4th place, but huge shout out to the Root guys.
The one question though is, if they're playing so much ladder, are they really gaining the team house benefit?
That's true.
I mean, you don't see in Korea, of course, they play a lot of ladder, but it's still, that's not something that's their goal.
Right. I mean, it's a tricky situation because, like,
it's great for publicity for sure, because everyone sees them. They're like, oh, these guys are great American players. They can get behind them, and then that can drive them towards the next step.
Maybe they're playing each other a lot. I don't know. Like,
they probably are, actually.
Who knows? I don't know. Mass gaming, it feels like it is going to be beneficial, but compared to obviously being in a team house practicing, maybe they do a lot of both. Maybe they have 3 hours where they play ladder, and then an hour where they play or whatever. Obviously,
if you never lose, you'll get up top fast.
Exactly.
Even without.
It's pretty cool. It's showing that, they're playing well, at least, and it's good to see that. And now I want to talk about WCS. Of course, recent results happened recently. WCS Korea, we had Rain versus Bomber.
Last night.
Yep. Rain versus Bomber, 2 premier players. Bomber kind of making a comeback as far as his stance, his placement in the scene.
Yes.
And then a lot of people are like, wow, he could actually come back and win this. But, spoiler alert, Rain taking a 4-1 victory, and I watched some of them. You watched all of them.
Yep.
What do you think of those matches?
Honestly, there wasn't a super great series.
Yeah.
Like,
from what I saw.
Yeah, there was some really good. Game 1 was amazing.
Game 1 was pretty sick.
Game 1 was sick. You guys should all watch Game 1. The rest of the series, there are a couple games where scouting errors.
Yeah.
There's a couple of games. There's one game where it's just like you just forgot to load up guys in a medevac against a very aggressive. There's 2 very aggressive builds Rain did. That Bomber just, he should have defended, he wasn't prepared for it, scouting him and micro errors. And then a couple other matches. Overall, there was some decent games, but it wasn't my favorite.
Game 1 probably the premier one. So if you only have time to watch one, check out Game 1, Rain versus Bomber. That leads us to our final. it's going to be Rain versus Maru. And we had a little bit of discussion about this, and you're not necessarily sold in either direction.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, my instinct tells me Maru.
Right.
Like, just my gut reaction, but I don't know how much stock to have in that, so.
Yeah. So
Rain looked pretty good.
That's going to be fun, though. Maru versus Rain. Should be a very fun series. That'll be a best of 7. I'm not sure exactly when it is, but stay tuned to the TL calendar, Team Liquid, Reddit. There will be information about it everywhere, probably.
It's usually about a week after the last semifinal.
So we got a little bit of time, giving the players time to kind of prepare for their opponent. But Maru versus Rain will be your WCS Korea final for Season 2. That's going to be awesome. WCS America Challenger League continued yesterday in the midst of patch changes. So 2 of them were postponed. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
2 of them were postponed, but 2 were played. The 2 matches were Hack defeating Suppy 2-0. Hack, a really good player. I think he got in there through the Challenger League qualifiers.
He did.
Suppy was dropping from Premier League, so unfortunately Suppy will be dropping down to the group stages. He's not out just yet. The other match that happened was Hello Kitty versus Theognis, and that was a 2-0 victory for Hello Kitty, and now he's going to go up and play Huang Xin. And Theognis also announced that he's retiring from professional Starcraft 2, so it's a little bit unfortunate to hear, but pretty cool result there from Hello Kitty.
It is. I personally maybe would have I don't know. I feel like Theognis always has such a strong game, but then he falls short a lot of the time here. And Hello Kitty looked. Yeah. I was very impressed with Hello Kitty last season. in WCS America. So
speaking of which, we actually have Hello Kitty on the line right now. Zai Feng Wang. Did I say it right? I'm sorry, man.
Come
on, man. I said it how it looks.
It's the phone. You can just call me Z.
All right, Z. I like that. You can call me A.
Alrighty.
All right, man. 2-0 over Theognis. How do you feel after that victory?
I actually thought he would actually do some more like macro-oriented builds, or at least put up a better fight, I guess. But like I feel like I might have just gotten a build order 1 win on the first game, and then I don't know. It just feel like he was a little bit out of practice, and I've actually prepared a lot for this matchup.
Cool.
And I was surprised.
So matchup or like specific player? Did you prepare specifically for Theognis, or was it a PBT thing, or?
Yeah, I mean I've been practicing like 24/7 on Korea. For the past like week or 2. That's why you don't see me on like top 16 on a ladder right now.
Sure.
I mean I know that they're him and probably the guys in the root house probably knows the way I play, which is like Phoenix crosses. So I've been trying to deviate from that play, but it just, I don't know, it just happened that I don't think he played really well, or like I thought he was gonna cheese me, so I just played a little safe and then did a little bit of pressure and then just won the games.
So how's the Korean ladder treating you? Do you have any rank you want to share, or maybe just talk about your experience on the Korean ladder?
It's a bit laggy. It's like 25 or 250 ms, which is like about like it's like half a second difference really. It's pretty good. Sometimes I lose to like 1300 masters, and most of the time I beat like 1800 plus or grandmasters on Korea ladder. Like it just happens. Like with the latency problem, it's if you do the same build order as your opponent in PvP, for example, you can't blink micro stalkers nearly as good as they are. So it's like a guaranteed loss. But and then there's a lot of cheese on Korea ladder, so like whenever I come back to an A, I'm like, oh, okay, I just play around, and I get cheese every game. I just don't lose ever.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty valuable. Maybe I need to go to Korea ladder a little bit, though. I don't think it matters where my level is. Low masters probably doesn't.
I think they have more streamlined builds even throughout probably.
So have you like made any friends on the Korean ladder? Do you have like particular practice partners you play with, or is it generally just grinding the ladder all the time?
It's mostly grinding. I mean, I have like a barcode, and I mean, I can add like max set in them, but it wouldn't be good practice just because of like really bad latency. Like you can't really test how good you are.
So how's your summer going? Do you feel more free to play more, and how's that going for you?
Actually, I have a class right now.
Okay.
And it's like Monday to Thursday every day, and it's actually pretty stressful. And whenever I'm done with classes, I generally, do some other stuff and then maybe practice like 2 or 3 hours before I'm like able to do homework and just sleep and wake up next day to go to class again.
Fair enough. Nice to see you staying committed and trying to make do with the time that you do have. Now, up next on WCS Challenger League, you have Huang Xin. What are your feelings going into this matchup, and how do you intend to prepare?
It's PvP, so it's like a bit more random, and I'm not actually quite sure how he plays in general. We're pretty good friends, as you know. We've known each other for about like 2 years or so.
Right.
So I would expect him to probably play safe against me, just because I'm more known for cheesy plays, especially in PvP.
So, based on, or what's your opinion of your current level of play? Is it comparable? Like, are you the best you ever were? How far do you expect to get in Challenger League? Just kind of your thoughts on what level you're at, play-wise.
I think I should be able to make it through really easily, just based on my progress in Korea ladder. But you never know. Like some players you play against, they just do like really weird stuff, and that Korean ladders don't usually do, and you haven't just randomly get blind countered or something, and it's guaranteed loss. But I think in general it should be pretty easy. Like even the Koreans, they're not really that good. Like they're still human players. As long as you prepare for it and then play top notch, it should be a pretty easy victory.
Fair enough. Best of luck, Nick. Do you have any other questions you want to add?
No, I think you got it all, man.
Cool. So Hello Kitty, I'd like to allow you to give me shout-outs, whatever you want to say. The floor is yours, my friend.
I would just like to give shout-outs to all my fans, friends, and family for supporting me. And again, to my haters. Like I always like saying that, but I have a lot of haters. And shout out to my team, Fnatic, and our sponsors, SteelSeries, and then all the other major sponsors. And my teammates for helping me practicing and motivating me, and my manager, Fnatic No Name. And that's pretty much it.
Fnatic No Name. Awesome, man. Once again, best of luck in your endeavors in WCS America. Thanks again for taking the time to talk with us. And again, best of luck in the future.
Thank you for having me again.
Yep, talk to you later, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was Hello Kitty. Really handsome guy, really cool guy. He attends the University of Texas, so mixing in classes with trying to maintain a professional level of play, taking out Theognis. Next, he's up against Huang Sin in WCS America Challenger League. We'll have to see if he can make it back to Premier League. But that's going to wrap it up for this edition of your update. And we'll be back. Or ideally, we're trying to keep it daily, so we'll probably be back tomorrow. So again, make comments on YouTube, provide feedback, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. See you next time.